Good morning, garden friends. It's Heather at Bush Poppy Farm. Today is Saturday, and today is just going to be a come along with me while I do chores day. I wanted to show you, I am late to the party, very late to the sourdough party, because I'm a gluten-free person. I don't have celiac disease, but I have a very strong gluten intolerance. Makes me pretty sick. So I have been gluten-free for over 10 years. But my family is not, and I just love to bake and cook and stuff, and so I thought, why not? Let's start this sourdough thing. Mostly because I thought maybe my youngest son, who actually really enjoys cooking, would get a kick out of it, and there's so many things you can do with the discards of sourdough instead of tossing it. So I want to show you my very first loaf of bread that just came out of the oven. So I'm really pleased with it because I thought I was going to totally fail since it was my first time. What do you think? I think that looks really, really good. I'm pleasantly surprised. I followed the instructions. It's a nice tall boule. It's kind of small because I split the recipe in half, so I have another one in the oven right now, but we'll see how it is once it comes out, and we can cut into it. So it's going to be really hot again today. 101 is the projected high. That's what, 40 Celsius? So yeah, it's going to be another hot day. So it's still early, and I'm out here to check on things. All the containers, the newly planted hydrangeas, they're all going to need a deep watering today to make sure they can make it through today and tomorrow's heat. So let's check on stuff in the greenhouse real quick. Looking pretty good. These guys are all destined for the green stalks, but it's too hot to transplant right now. And then all of these guys, Sweet Alyssum, are destined for the cottage garden, which again, too hot to transplant. So they're just maintaining in here. And yes, it gets very hot in here during the day, but I keep all the doors open and the venting fans run, so that helps pull in air. All the seedlings looking great. We've got digitalis here, this balloon flower, and these Canterbury bells are all destined for the cottage garden. Again, can't go out yet, it's too hot. Bok choy, and what's this other, Swiss chard and radicchio back there for the green stalks. And then these are decorative kale, crane red and crane white. Those are going to get bumped up into 4-inch pots, and I'm going to have those as an offering for this fall for customers. Beets, they germinated in these 2-inch soil blocks, which is great because I can thin them. Like, see these guys right here, there's 3 in there. We don't need 3. In fact, they won't grow if you won't get any bulbs if you keep that many in one soil block. So they're going to get thinned and put out in the front garden as soon as this heat wave passes. Watercress, cilantro, and Long Island improved Brussels sprouts, broccoli, more Brussels sprouts, and some lettuces. All of these either for the green stalk or the front garden. These are the hydrangeas that we planted last week or so. Looking great. Just got to make sure they stay watered so that they don't overheat. Let's check on the worms. These guys don't dig super hot weather either. They're in the shade over here, which helps, but yep, I see you guys. Here's a couple big guys on the top. If you dig down in here, you can see them. They're doing their job. There's still plenty of food in here, so I'm not going to feed them right now. I gave them green beans and broccoli and grapes the other day. Also, that's still feeling moist, so I don't have to worry about adding water. This back here is my bigger issue. This is our compost pile. it just won't heat up. So I know I need to add more nitrogen. I'm gonna turn it today. I'm gonna stack it into a smaller space to try to hope that increases the heat, and I'm going to deeply water it again. So that is my job this morning, in between working on the bread. Okay, made the pile a whole lot taller, more compact, wet it all down, turned it. I think that's gonna do it. So tomorrow we'll come out and see. I just watered it, so it's reading, what is that, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow, hopefully it will be around 110. So we'll see. Timer went off. I gotta take the lid off of the sourdough, move it down to 465, and let it do its final browning cook. Looking pretty good. Okay, heading back outside to get the watering done before the timer goes off again. This right here is a big bucket of leaves. It's been dampened. It's basically going to become leaf mold over the next couple months. We can use that in the spring. This is the bird bath, but mostly wildlife here gets its water from it. So I do come in and clean it out and fill it with fresh water because all the birds and the squirrels really appreciate it, especially on super hot days. Okay, I'm in the chicken run area, and it's already getting hot because the sun is out, but I'm going to start digging down around the fence line so that I'm digging down about a foot so I can put the hardware cloth up against the fence line and down into the hole. The chickens can't fit through this welded wire fence. However, raccoons can easily reach in, grab a chicken head and pull it through and then decapitate them. I've seen it happen. So if we put the hardware cloth up about a foot and down about a foot, it's a 3-foot thing of hardware cloth, then we'll keep rodents out as well as keeping predators from pulling them in, out for them to eat. Yeah, so this is gonna be a hard job. Probably won't get it all done today. I doubt I'll get it all done today, but I'm gonna give it a start. I have 2 types of shovels here. This one, very heavy, weighs a lot, but it's super strong. It's got a serrated edge on it. It's got a really good step plate that doesn't bend when you jump on it. And then I've got this mini spade, which is great for digging smaller, like narrower holes, but also gives you, it's also a little bit easier to get in the ground because it's narrower. So I'll see which one works better.
looking not nearly as bad as it is out at the farm, but this is very rocky, and right here I have hit what I think is a piece of cement. Goes across the bottom of the whole hole. So I'm gonna run into that all the way around because we are only about 8 feet from the roadway. So I'm certain that there will be lots of debris in here from construction of the roadway all the way around. And of course there are cement pilings underneath these fence posts, which is fine. I'll just go around those. But yeah, it's gonna be slow going, but I don't mind. I actually really like this kind of labor. All right, first 10 feet done. Dug down, I don't know if it's a full foot, but it's pretty close. I have one of these hammer staplers, so I was able to easily hammer in the staples on the bottom board, and then I used the wire that the hardware cloth comes tied in to just attach that there. So it's pretty sturdy. I'm sure if an animal really wanted to, they could get in, but it's gonna work. Now I'm just gonna bury the hole again up to the baseboard. Okay, it's dug in. Now, I've got to dig out this fence line. That's 17 feet. And then there's 10 on this side. And then we have to put the fence, the gate in. There's another fence that's going in here. But this will be easier because we could just dig a trench. All right, it's lunchtime. I'm very hot, very thirsty. I'm gonna go inside, and I think I'm gonna wrap this up for today. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We looked at the first sourdough I've ever made. We checked on the worms. We watered everything in the greenhouse and the containers, and then we came out here and worked in the chicken yard. It's been a full morning. Now off to do laundry and all that other fun stuff. Have a great weekend. Have a great time in your garden, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.